Hello and welcome to the Moonflower Path YouTube channel. My name is Carolyn. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Always nice to spend some more time with you. So I'm rocking the flower crown because today's practice is in celebration of Beltane, the mid-spring celebration. And there's lots of energy that are infused within this seasonal celebration, but in concise terms, it is a time to delight in the fertility that is found in the natural world, that bursting of energy, as well as a recognition of that creative force inside of ourselves. So we are doing that within this practice by tuning into your inner earth goddess. So it felt super right to put on this flower crown for today's practice. If it's ridiculous, too bad. If I could wear a flower crown every damn day, I would. So in light of our flower crowns and this earth goddess energy and celebration of Beltane, I bring to you a very, very special and exciting announcement. The doors to the Moonflower Path Community Space are now officially open. The Moonflower Path Community Space is here to serve sensitive, creative, and earth-loving souls through somatic self-care, practice, and earth-based rituals, all in a really cozy, gentle, soft, and accessible container. So if you are looking for a space to feel held, to feel nourished, to feel nurtured and inspired, to really commit to your own self-care as the sensitive, creative, and earth-loving soul that you are, as the moonflower that you are, without the typical tips and tricks on how to have the best morning routine, but really in an intention, an intuitive, infused way, in a gentle, in a you are the boss type of way, this is your space to do just that. As a Moonflower member, you have access to a wide array of live stream yoga and movement-based classes that are very gentle, very soft, no power vinyasa in these classes. This is a lot of gentleness, a lot of stillness, a whole library of somatic self-care practices and resources and sacred containers to help really anchor your creative and sensitive self, and then monthly earth-based seasonal gatherings, which are super exciting, that are your way to connect with the fellow moonflowers in the community, as well as really tune into the earth so that you can feel resourced by her to be able to show up and create the impact that you're really meant to create in your life and in this world. So if all of that sounds like something that really would be exactly what you need right now, then I'd be so honored to have you join. The founding member pricing, which is significantly discounted, is available until April 26th. Or if you are watching this on Beltane on May 1st, the doors are still open, the invitation is still there. Please come and join us and become a Moonflower member. All right, let's get into today's practice where we are going to move through a goddess pose flow as well as a little bit of yin-infused self-massage to treat yourself like the earth goddess that you are. Blocks and a meditation cushion are going to be helpful. Grab your comfy clothes and let's get started. All right, lovely. So we are going to start today's practice standing up. So you'll want to have your blocks nearer to the front end of your mat and then any sort of seated meditation cushion towards the back end of your space. And the first part of today's practice is actually going to be done turned towards the long edge of your mat. So if you want to set yourself up such that that is the case, then take a moment to do that, and then we'll get into our practice. So I'd love for you to start standing posture to be quite wide. We have this tendency in the yoga practice to be encouraged such that your feet are really glued together, but as humans that have curvy bodies, that have full bodies, it's actually much more grounding and stabilizing and much more accessible for you to have a stance that is wide. And there's a pride that is found within this positioning, right? So your feet either hip distance or even a little bit wider. You could have your toes slightly turned out, but I'd love for you to take a moment to rock from toes to heels, to really find that center and feel that connection to the ground, to the earth. Make sure that your ankles are not buckling in so you have the weight really evenly distributed in all 10 of your toes, the outer edges of your feet, your heels, and you might notice that your legs begin to wake up a little bit. Perfect, that's what we're looking for, because these really strong legs of yours are going to be really important in today's practice. As a reminder, in my practices, you have full permission and full agency. So we're going to start with some movement and we're going to end with some stillness, with the whole point being of really tending to your inner goddess, treating yourself like the divine being that you are. And you don't need to be a boy or a girl or gender neutral to really tend to your inner earth goddess. So that is a reminder that if at any point you begin to feel like, no, this is not for me, then back out, find some stillness, breathe, and come back in when you feel ready. Or find a little bit more movement if you feel called to. Placing your hands on your belly. This is a tender, a sensitive spot for some of us, right? So let's take a moment to really connect to this spot, this center of your body, this source of strength. And there's this almost like sense of tenderness, of caress as you connect your hands to your body. If it feels okay, you drop the eyelids, the eyes closed. I've got the window open so that we can have some bird sounds, some springtime sounds. Feel yourself land here in this space. You intentionally placed the soles of your feet to the floor and sense into their connection to the earth down below. Mama Earth, as she supports us, but we also are here to do right by her. And to connect with her is to connect with ourselves. To connect with ourselves is to connect with the earth. So we sense into this rising energy of spring. The feet firmly planted. A slight engagement in the legs. Slight. It's simple. It's subtle. Sense into your legs. And then your awareness continues to rise as you settle into the center of your body. Feel your tailbone lengthen. Feel your belly here soft yet strong. I feel like that's really the embodiment of that earth goddess energy, right? Soft and strong. We can be both. You might begin to feel your breath move the skin across your belly, and you sense into that in the palms of your hands. Awareness continues to rise, settling into your chest. There's an opening that happens in your heart and around your heart. There's a dropping of the shoulders, a slight pulling back of the shoulders. There's this pride, this trust in opening the heart. And then you continue to allow your awareness to travel up, and it settles in your face. Can you soften there? Is there anything that you're holding on to that you can let go? We are here. The breath begins to deepen. Might even become a bit audible. I would love if you could really breathe deep, long, slow, and take up space with your breath for the entirety of the practice. And then let that begin to infuse itself into some movement in your body. So you can keep your eyes closed, you can softly open them here, and we let the movement be really intuitive. There's this earth goddess. I feel like this energy is really intuitive, this honoring of, I know what I want or need. So there might be a gentle sway from right to left. Or like an opening and a closing of the front line of your body as you continue to breathe. There's no one way here to move. You could bring a bit more movement activity into your feet, rocking from toes to heels, lifting the heels up, lifting the toes up alternatively. The hands can stay connected to the center of your body, or you can move the arms a little bit. What does it mean for you to connect with Earth Goddess energy, with creativity, with sensuality, with fertility? It doesn't necessarily need to mean the traditional way of things. Fertility is simply creativity, right? Of bringing life to things. What are you bringing life to this season? There's this waking up. Okay. Coming back into stillness. Adjusting the positioning of your feet. You'll widen the feet the same width that you would if you were going to be coming into like a wide-legged forward fold. And then you'll bring the heels slightly in and the toes are slightly turned out. So there's this like 45-degree angle situation happening here. And you'll notice I continue to kind of like rock weight from heels to toes. I would love for you to feel continually connected to the ground. There's a stabilizing, there's a groundedness, a rootedness in that. Once you've got that positioning in the feet, there's a slight engagement in the legs. So really feel yourself power into your legs here. And then we begin to twist from right to left. Helicopter arms here. Beginning to stoke that fire. Connect into your center. You're going to move through goddess pose a few different times, finding some different variations, moving the center of your body, the spine, that column along the entire base of your tailbone up to the crown of your head, moving it in every which way, tending to it in every which way. So coming back into center, let's play around with some twists within goddess. Bring the hands onto your thighs. Begin to settle down into your goddess pose, into your seat. Knees go wide. They kind of like track over your toes. Hands slide down your thighs. This is going to feel juicy. This is going to feel good. Take an inhale in the center. Exhale, twist towards the left. Right shoulder comes forward and you look towards the back of your space. Inhale, come back into center, and there's this like pulsing of the thighs. Exhale towards the other side. Twist. Pressing on the inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale, twist. So this posture has this beautiful blend, right, of feeling good, but there's a power happening. There's a strength happening. And then we pause. So you come back into center, straighten into the legs. Ooh, feel that. Feel that in your thighs. Drop the eyelids. Drop the shoulders. You can bring the hands back to the center of your body. Notice the shift in the way in which you're breathing. Big breaths here. Earth Goddess energy reminding us that power doesn't only need to come with grind, hustle, and hardness. We can take breaks, we can pause, we can find what feels good in between the hard stuff. And we breathe. Okay, next movement from here. Let's explore some side to side movements. So you'll drop the left hand as you reach the right hand up towards the sky. Other side. One more time on either side. And then let's bring that into our goddess. So bring both hands on your thighs. You slide down, settle down into this strong, powerful pose, right? Oh yeah, thighs, you got me. We got this. Keeping the left hand onto your knee. You'll take an inhale, reach the right hand up, side body bend. Oh, notice. How does that change what's going on in your thighs? Come back into center. Big breaths are going to be helpful here. Inhale over towards the other side. Moving from side to side, there's a bit more strengthening happening in this posture, right? So let's be here for it. Let's breathe here, take breaks if we want or need to. Tailbone is long and heavy. Center of your body is really part of this. Bring belly button in towards spine. Breathe through the shaking, the wobbliness. It's just your body waking up, nervous system waking up. I feel like we have this fear of the shaking, of the vibrating that happens in the body, but it's actually a really beautiful way for the body to move energy through. Hey yo, okay, back into standing, straighten the legs, be present to this. Thank you thighs, thank you legs, thank you feet, and pause. Move if you want to, be still if you want to. Last exploration within goddess pose. If the eyes are closed, softly open. Now there's this opening and closing of the spine that will happen here. Bring the hands in front of you, like as if you're holding this ball right in the center. Take an inhale here. Exhale as you drop. Let there be this like sensation of collapsing, dropping the hands down, tailbone still long and heavy, gaze looks down. And then inhale as you take up space, legs straighten, arms straighten, open wide, gaze looks up towards sky, open heart. Exhale as you drop back down, lengthen back line of spine, heavy. Inhale back up, take up space, breathe in. Open heart. Keep moving through that a few more times. There's this undulation happening in the spine. And this real trust in the legs, in the feet, in the ground that supports us. Next time you inhale, let's pause here. Reach the hands up. Gaze slightly up towards the sky, towards the sun. What does it mean for you to take up space? you to claim what you need, what you want. And then slowly drop the hands back down. Bring the feet slightly in, heel, toe the feet slightly in. You can maintain a little bit of that wideness in the stance of your feet. We're going to shift gears a little bit here, but let's connect, reground. Might be a slight smile to your face as you feel the sense of, oh yeah, I did it. Our transitionary pose as we shift into a bit more stillness and a bit more. So from here, you've got this wider positioning with your feet. I'm going to stay facing the long edge of my mat, but you can turn if you'd like to face towards the short edge of your mat. We're shifting into Malasana pose before we come down to seated. So 1 block or 2 blocks or no blocks are going to be helpful here. You'll know once you come down. So you can have them in hand and you've got the toes tracking forward. You'll be able to adjust that once you come down. If you need to widen the angle of your feet, you can do that, absolutely. So bringing your attention to that tailbone, lengthen tailbone. You can even bring your hand onto your low back to find that lengthening of the tailbone. This then connection into your belly begins to be felt, right? Bending into the knees, there's a wideness of the knees as you drop, keep going. You're going all the way down. You can place the blocks such that they'll be able to catch your butt here. And the elbows are going to come on the inside. So you'll be able to choose, you'll be able to gauge what will feel the most supportive for you. 1 block, 2 blocks, no blocks. Elbows come on the inside of your knees, palms and the hands connect in front of your heart. Nice stretch for the inner thighs. A nice stretch for the low back. And there's a rooting down into the ground, back to the earth. If you've got blocks underneath of your tailbone, then you'll move those out of the way, and this will probably be a plop. Bring your butt down towards the ground. Lengthen the legs in front of you for a moment, just to pause and sense into what's going on in the legs. You are held, you are supported by the earth. Beautiful. From here, you'll bring the soles of the feet together. The knees will go wide. Your blocks might be helpful to come underneath of your knees. Your meditation cushion is going to be helpful to come underneath of your sit bones. If you don't have a cushion, a folded up blanket or a pillow will work just fine. Your feet did such wonderful work with supporting you during the standing postures, during the goddess flow. So let's offer your body some tending to, some nurturing. You'll bring the thumbs to the insides of your feet, to the soles of your feet. Bring your gaze down towards your feet, because I'm not a registered massage therapist. So I'm not going to tell you how to do this. The wonderful thing is that you know how to do this. Begin to explore the soles of your feet with the thumbs, traveling from the base of your toes all the way down to your heel, tending to every single part of the surface of the soles of your feet. Being soft, being gentle, being kind to yourself. When we're moving through big stuff, doing the work, moving through our creativity, it does nobody any good if we ignore tending to ourselves amidst all of it. So let this be a reminder that you are worthy of care. You are a damn earth goddess. And then we soften. So blocks onto your feet or in front of your body will be helpful here as we settle into a yin posture, this forward folds, this softening of the whole torso right after that movement. So create your little building, your little structure, and then begin to walk your body forward as you land on your surface to on your props. Let the palms of the hands turn towards the sky. There's an opening, an allowing. We don't always need to force for things to happen. Let the back of the heart soften. The back of the neck softens. The breath is still deep, but there's a calming energy to it. A receiving of the effects of that movement. Let any holding go here. The earth is here to support you. Imagining that you were moving through a moment in time where there was like literally zero amount of rush required. Nobody was telling you to hurry up or just get through it, get to it already, that you were here to take your time. That is the way I'd love for you to release. So one hand at a time, palms of the hands connect to the floor. Feel the texture of the floor beneath the palm of one hand. Notice the rotation of the wrist in the other hand as you place that palm of the hand down. With the eyes closed and your awareness completely here and present to soak up the goodness that is releasing out of a yin yoga posture, you'll begin to straighten into the arms. One hand slide at a time as you roll your body back up. Move even slower. Keep the eyes closed. Once you bring yourself to the top, the eyes stay closed, the face is soft, and you pause here. Be with what is, feel what's present. And then blocks have been moved out of the way. You'll softly open up into the eyes, and you bring your legs in such that you're coming into a cross-legged position or easy pose. And once you settle into your seated posture, you bring the hands onto the knees, onto your lap, palm face down. Take an inhale as you are. Drop the chin down towards the chest on the exhale. On your inhale, rolling the left ear in the direction of your left shoulder. And then once you get there, drop the eyelids and explore. Moving the head around such that you're exploring any sort of tension that you might be holding along the side of your neck, and find the spots that would love a little extra loving care. Soften the jaw. You might even have your mouth open a little bit, just to really invite in this sensation of allowing and letting go. Letting it feel good. Things are allowed to feel good. And then find a spot. Pick up into the right hand and begin to graze your fingers along the side of your neck. You can stay still here, or you can move the head around as the fingers explore. And there's this real sense of caring for yourself like the earth goddess, the divine being that you are. I know that sounds super corny, but I don't care. It's true. What would happen if we offered ourselves more moments of acting like we are these like precious, precious beings? How would that change the way that you speak to yourself, the decisions that you make, the way that you move through the world, the ways that you take up space, the ways that you prioritize your desires, your needs, your body, things that you care the most about? And then slowly you'll bring the left hand on the outside of your head just so you can gently support yourself up. Let the hands drop down towards the lap. Drop the chin down towards the chest. And then take an inhale to roll over towards the other side, right ear in the direction of the right shoulder. But once you get there, you'll just want to explore. Move slow. Take your time. Soak it up. Marinate in the goodness. Truly inviting in that sensual, creative, feel good, bursting of energy. Beltane, the mid-spring, is really this like sexy, sensual, creative time. Right? So many smells, so many colors, so many sounds. What does it mean? What does it feel like to open up your senses and be here? To follow the goodness. And then find a spot. Back up into the left hand and begin to graze the fingers of your hand along the side of your neck. And then bringing right hand on the outside of your head, come back into center. Let the hands drop for a moment. Just take a couple rounds of breath, feeling that, sensing into that. And then you'll lay your body down onto the floor. Shavasana today is to be practiced in fetal pose. Of course, you can find whatever posture that you would like. I really wanted there to be this sense of feeling really held by the earth. So if it would feel comfortable to do so, you'll lay your body down on the side, placing one arm underneath of your head, or maybe you grab hold of a pillow and that's what comes underneath of your head, turning your face, your heart towards the floor. And you might even imagine, as you lay your body here on the floor, that there's this deeper connection to the earth below. And that your body and the earth begin to just become one. Your body gets wrapped up by the fertile soil. Not shifting in any way the ability you have to breathe. Almost like you can begin to breathe even more easeful. And then you begin to feel the pop and rise of flowers all around you. This unexplainable, undescribable, magical force of creativity, of life, emanating out of your body, and it's all happening as you allow, you rest, and you be. and pressing into the earth, bringing yourself up. That slight visualization of the earth, kind of imagine that there's like this tumbling of the earth off your shoulders as you re-emerge out into the world, spine tall, heart proud. Sense into what's present. Bringing the hands into heart center. Eyes are closed, and you come into this posture that is really symbolic of prayer, of gratitude, of thanks. And together we cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for this practice and for the long line of teachers who have made it possible that we can practice together today. Gratitude for the land on which you have moved your body and for its original caretakers. And gratitude to yourself for showing up and doing something for you. We take one last breath together to close. Inhale. Out the mouth, let it go. I honor you for your commitment to your practice, and I thank you so very much for sharing that practice with me. Thank you, lovely. Thank you for joining me in this Beltane practice. If you enjoyed this practice, if you enjoy this channel, then you will love the Moonflower Path Community Space. So check it out. All the details are in the description box below. If you are enjoying this practice before April 26th, now's the time. Come and join us. Become a founding member at a discounted price. And if you're watching this after April 26th on May 1st, because Beltane is on May 1st, then the doors are still open. We'd love to have you join. All of the programming, all the goodies that you have access to are found on the website. Check it out. We'd love to have you there. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Beltane, and I'll hang out with you again very soon.